Hello, I'm Sergeant Sherry. I'm with A Company 187. Right here, we're celebrating the D Series, which is a series of competitions that we'll be doing here at Fort Drum. It dates back and celebrates what a brave men did at 10th Mountain back at Camp Hale, Colorado, back in late March of 1944. Right now, they did it with a 90-pound rucksack. We have approximately, I'd say about 65, maybe 70 pounds of that, but we're gonna get loaded up with ammo later on. So we'll reach that 90 pounds for sure later today. So let's first start off with our skis. We got two sets of skis that we'll end up using for cross-country training purposes. There'll be a biathlon event later on where we'll ski up to each target and then shoot it with our M4s. That also comes equipped with two of our ski poles as well. Now here at Fort Drum, we only have about 2 feet of snow on the ground right now. Back when they did it originally in 1944, there was about 8 feet of snow and temperatures reached to negative 30 degrees. Thank God it's a little bit warmer than that today. So in addition to our skis, we got a nice warm trigger finger mittens and also our snowshoes. So we'll use these to pack down the snow and traverse all the terrain that we need to get through throughout the course of this D Series. Can't go anywhere without your water source, so we have our Camelback on top. And now we get into the nitty-gritty of it all. So in our sustainment pouches, we've got our poncho, wet wipes because you never know when you're gonna need them, spare gloves, one of our MREs, an extra neck gaiter, because as we all know in the Army, 1 is none, 2 is 1. We got our level 6 Equix over here. This is a, we call it our wet weather tops, but what this does is it acts as a really nice tight seal around the rest of our clothes. So not only is it waterproof, but it keeps in all the extra body heat that we need when it starts to drop even colder. They say tonight's gonna get around 4 degrees. We'll see how cold that really is. Other sustainment pouch, we got a tarp, some fat wood, and dryer lint for when we have to start a fire. We're all good to go with that. And of course, our specialized winter MREs. So these are all dehydrated meals. So these winter MREs are all dehydrated meals. So we'll have to add boiling water to these in order to not only heat them up so it heats up our internal core temperature, but also it allows us to pack more calories in and pack more meals once they're dehydrated, and then once the water is added to it, they expand in volume and also caloric intake. So we have 2 of these. This is scrambled eggs. We'll see how Army eggs compare to real eggs. I don't know. So right now you kind of see this, I'm rocking this Christmas Story Ralphie kind of a costume that's kind of stuck in our hand, but we do this though in order to do a fast fit to take our gloves off, drop them so we can either use our hands manually or manipulate different gloves or our weapon systems without having to lose where our gloves go. And it's just 550 cord that strings around the back of our top around to the other side. So we can drop these off and then just get in with it. We got extra winter goggles over here. And these are helpful when you're going through any kind of snow or when the winds start to pick up. We got the dark lenses here. That helps with snow blindness, and that's actually a huge injury that can happen in these nasty terrains. The sun gets so bright, it bounces and reflects off that white snow to the point where you just can't see anything. And eventually it will burn your eyes, and it can lead to permanent damage. But we also have our regular, typical APEL Eye Pro, because it's the Army and you always need that with you. Again, no, Ziploc bags are not part of the packing list, but they keep things from getting snow inside and they insulate just a little bit more. So we've got extra gloves, a spare pair of extra socks that's not inside the actual ruck, it's in another sustainment pouch, because just in case anything happens, you always want your feet to be nice and warm. We got another balaclava and a beanie. So a balaclava kind of looks like just a regular old face mask that goes all around your face. Extra beanie again because 2 is 1 and 1 equals none. That's what we got for in here. Okay, we're gonna dive now into the deeper parts. You'll notice that we have 2 different bags around this. We have one contractor bag versus our regular Army issued wet weather bag. So we do this just because it's an extra layer of insulation. Sometimes the insulation and the water repellents on these wet weather bags don't always work. Contractor bags are normally a fail-safe. We learned this in Ranger School, but it creates just a better seal and makes sure that your gear is good to go. Because the worst thing that can happen is you get snow inside and everything starts to melt and then you end up with wetness. So some creature comfort items. We got a balaclava, not a balaclava, just a little shamag, just scarf, just to wrap around for late at night, keeping that extra body heat. And of course, where would we be without extra boots? Again, extra insulating gloves to keep your hands warm. Toiletry kits, toothpaste because you really want clean teeth out there. Dental hygiene is incredibly important. That's just not a plug for our dentists on post. That's actually a plug because we're gonna be sharing a 10-man tent, and 10 guys in that tent without brushing their teeth, you're gonna wanna brush your teeth. There's also a little bit of deodorant in there too, because once again, 10 guys in a tent, you're gonna want that. But our ACH for when we shoot and when we ski, and of course, wet wipes. Probably the most important thing in our pack list is gonna be our company flag. So a little special shout out and tradition, we are ACO 187, and 187 was part of the original group and battalion when the 10th was originally formed. So the 10th started originally at Fort Lewis.